Hi, my name is Toniko. I paint on bags and other things, and recently I'm trying digital painting as well. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like, comment, press the notification bell, and share if you can. Thank you. Let's get started. Is it okay to trace? My answer is yes. And I'm gonna tell you why. Please take a listen. I will be making a couple of videos, to which this one will be part 1, and I'm going to be discussing about why it's okay to trace. And the next video that I will be uploading will be part 2, where I will be discussing when it's not okay to trace. There is a lot of debate on this subject, but on this video I'm going to discuss a couple of points. 1. Is it cheating if a professional artist uses tracing as a tool or technique? 2. Does tracing really help you if you want to learn how to draw? It's intriguing, right? And since I'm an artist myself, you can be sure I have a strong opinion on this matter. Okay, so let's discuss point number 1. Is it cheating if a professional artist uses tracing as a tool or technique? The answer is no. Most professional artists have deadlines to meet. If they are using a reference photo that they have permission to use, if they take a photo and then use it as a reference, if they're gonna trace their own drawings, they absolutely have the right to do so. It is legal and there is no shame in doing that. It's just to speed up your process, and besides, the final project will be like, for example, a painting, and tracing is just a sketch or it's just the outline. It doesn't guarantee you a beautiful painting in the end if you are not skilled enough. So it should not be something that artists should be ashamed of doing. It's just a technique. Same thing as how other people use grid to copy an image. It is okay. Even great masters like Leonardo da Vinci and like Johann Vermeer, they have been known to be using techniques as well. They used what is called camera obscura and camera lucida. I'm gonna show you a picture here so you understand. It's basically just like tracing. It's like a projector, you know. Art schools are even encouraging their students to use a projector. It's basically just like tracing as well. Imagine being a cashier in a store and somebody checks out, and are you gonna count it one by one and calculate it in your head? No, you're gonna use the machine, right, to speed up the process, but it doesn't mean that you don't know how to count, right? See this image that I'm working on here? This took me about an hour and a half to finish. Now, if my goal is to paint this portrait, it would take me another probably 4 to 5 hours. So if you add the sketching time, which is 1.5, this will all take me about 6.5 hours in total, right? One of the major aspects that I take into consideration when I'm pricing my artwork is, of course, the time and effort that I put into it. So naturally, it will be more expensive if I was to draw the outline or the sketch for an hour and a half, versus if I was to just trace the image and get the outline of the face. It would only take me 5 to 10 minutes, so it will be so much cheaper for my client as well. So, as I mentioned earlier, artists should not be ashamed to trace, especially if you really know how to draw already. I mean, there's no shame in tracing. It does take a lot of skills to be able to make a painting. Tracing is just gonna give you an outline, a sketch. It's not gonna turn into a painting without a skill. So, yeah, more power to you guys. Just do it. It's okay. Let me remind you, for example, like Disney pictures, a lot of those cartoons, they are actually done by tracing. They even take a video of a woman dancing and then trace it like, screen by screen to produce a beautiful Disney picture, a movie. So a lot of professionals do that. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Having said that, it doesn't mean that it is absolutely okay to trace. There are instances when it's not okay to trace, and that's what I'm gonna discuss on the next video, okay? So let's go on to the second point. Does tracing really help you if you want to learn how to draw? The answer is yes, absolutely. I mean, do you remember when you were a toddler, when you were in elementary, first grade, or even before that? Teachers will ask you to trace the letters, right? Why? Why is that? Because it helps us to be familiar with the letters, and it gives us muscle memory. And by doing it repeatedly, of course, in the end, we will be able to write the alphabet, right, on our own, even without tracing it. So that's the same thing with art. Tracing is without a doubt a big help for those who are just starting to learn how to draw. In the beginning, your eyes are not trained to see details, and so if you are just looking at a reference, there is a lot of possibility that you're gonna miss a lot of details, and by tracing them, you are actually forced to copy the line, and therefore you will be familiar with the details that you would not have seen. So just like how we learn our alphabet by tracing, eventually after tracing a lot of pictures, for example, you would be able to sort of memorize it in your head and be able to reproduce it on your own without tracing. And one more thing, if you really want to try to draw and you have not done it in the past, it could be intimidating, you don't know where to start, so therefore you would end up not starting at all. So if tracing is less intimidating, go ahead. I would actually encourage you to start by tracing. The more you do it, the more practice you'll get, and eventually you would be able to draw on your own. Having said that, you have to be careful when you're posting your artworks online, though. If you are tracing someone else's photo without permission, or tracing somebody else's artworks, you have to be careful, and that I'm going to discuss on my next video. I hope you're going to watch it after this one. By the way, guys, the next video that I will be uploading is going to be featuring me doing a digital rendition of this portrait right here. I hope you enjoy that too. I would also like to know your thoughts on this subject. Please comment down below what you believe in and if you agree with me or not. I am really interested to know. If you have any questions, I hope you comment it down below, and I will try to get back to you if I happen to know the answer to your question. And I hope you subscribe, like, and press the notification bell, and share it with your friends if you can. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next one. Bye!